Happy Pride Month, y'all. All right. So, thank you so much for coming out today. So when we talk about pride, what does that mean? Well, pride is having pride in the face of adversity, in the face of hatred, in the face of fear and the unknown. It's being resilient. It's standing up in your community and saying, this is who I am, whatever that might be, whether you're LGBTQIA+, whether you're just different in some way. We celebrate pride because we celebrate what makes each and every individual in this city unique. And I am so, come on now. I don't bite, I mean a little, but not tonight. And so tonight we really want to celebrate some groups and some individuals that have made such a huge impact in the city of Fort Worth, not just for the LGBTQ community, but for the city at large. And here in the city of Fort Worth, in this very council chamber, we do not have to look very far to see some of the contributions that members of our LGBTQ community have made to the city of Fort Worth, because standing on the wall right behind all of us as we sit on this dais every Tuesday is a piece of artwork made by a member of the LGBTQ community right here in Fort Worth. All right, I think that's, all right. Okay, I think Gina's coming down. I have no fear. Okay, all right, so we've got a list of folks, and so first up is the Help Center. So if we could get the Help Center down here with us. All right. Okay, you ready? Sure. And just so we're going to present y'all with a plaque tonight, but there is an error on these signatures missing, so we'll be hand delivering the correct ones for you tomorrow. Okay. The Help Center for LGBTQ+ Health and Wellness stands as a vital centralized resource for the LGBTQ community in North Texas, offering indispensable health and wellness services. Established in 1994, HELP is a pioneering institution in the field of HIV, AIDS, and STD preventative services. Over the years, it has earned a reputation for delivering cutting-edge, community-based health and education services through innovative, comprehensive, and accessible programming. Among its notable initiatives is a nationally recognized PrEP program, which is available to everyone free of charge, irrespective of income or insurance status, that has provided more than $300 million in life-saving medications free of charge. By eliminating financial and social barriers to preventative care, the Help Center is able to make vitally needed care for at-risk adolescents and adults, HIV-positive individuals, ethnic and sexual minorities, and the LGBTQ+ community as a whole. This certificate is presented to the Help Center in recognition of their commitment to enhancing the LGBTQ+ health and wellness in Fort Worth. All right.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Beck. My name is Kelly Tillman. I serve as the Chief Clinical Officer for Help Center for LGBT Health and Wellness. And with me tonight is our lead clinician, Johnny Ireland, and our Special Events Coordinator, Austin Jennings. Some of you may not know a little bit about Help Center, and so I think it just kind of helps to put it in context what all we actually do within this great and wonderful city. We actually have 2 full-time clinics. We have 1 clinic in Fort Worth and 1 clinic in the city of Arlington. We also provide telehealth services completely across the state of Texas. As Councilwoman Beck said, our primary goal is HIV prevention, which you can see that we are clearly very successful here in the city of Fort Worth, as evidenced by over our 5,000 active patients, 63% of which are minority, 52% are uninsured, and we care for over 200 persons living with HIV. In July, we were fortunate enough to open our own entity-owned pharmacy. Wow. Proudly, we can say that our pharmacy holds a capture rate of medication fills of 93%. The national average for medication fills is 63%. So again, exceptional efforts that we're doing for the prevention of HIV and our community members. We also recognized in August of this year that our community also needs free STI clinics for all the community-wide, not just the LGBT population. And we took those on and opened those twice a week in our clinics. And we have served over 500 patients through that as well. So we're just dedicated to the mission of caring for LGBTQIA+ patients and all of our undeserved community members. We thank Councilwoman Beck so very much for her recognition, support, and dedication to our community and our patients. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Stay close. All right. Yes, stay close. We're not done. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Trinity Pride. So if I could get the folks from Trinity Pride down here, please. Just you? Okay, they're coming. All right. Okay. Mayor Pro Tem Bivens is requesting a Trinity Pride t-shirt. So if we could deliver a truckload to her office. Yes, I can venture to say that it's probably going to be a little too hot to get her out there to Trinity Pride, but she will wear the shirt in spirit. Okay. All right, great. Okay, Trinity Pride, Fort Worth's Pride organization since 2019 strives to connect, empower, and bridge the gaps with our greater Fort Worth and LGBTQ+ communities across all generations by providing resources, education, and inclusive spaces that inspire authentic self-expression. Trinity Pride maintains an online directory of resources that caters to the LGBTQ+ community of Fort Worth and Tarrant County. This directory allows individuals to seek inclusive medical care, safe places for socializing, ally businesses, arts and entertainment, and among a variety of other resources. Trinity Pride's work culminates in the annual Pride Festival on Magnolia on the Green in the city's near South Side neighborhood. Trinity Pride Fest's attendance has increased each year with an estimated attendance of over 3,000 people in 2023. And it was real hot. It was real hot last year, so that's a good number.
Showed up anyway.
That's right. While its origins were grassroots in nature, Trinity Pride Fest has grown through the consistent and increased support of its community representatives, partners, and sponsors. This certificate is presented to Trinity Pride in recognition of their commitment to enhancing Fort Worth's LGBTQ+ community. All right.
Thank you, City Council, for this recognition. Trinity Pride was born out of not only allies looking for a connection to the community, but for us to connect to ourselves outside of just our gay spaces. There were multitudes of allied businesses looking to reach our community, to support our community, and also creating spaces that were safe for our community to venture out of our own spaces. It was also born out of families wanting to be able to support their family members, whether they had an uncle, a cousin, a child, or a grandparent who was queer, and wanted to be able to show support or take them somewhere that was safe. And since our inception, we've had the support of the city, we've had the support of the City Council, and we just really are appreciative of this recognition.
Thank you. All right. Next up, we've got Finn's Place. Can you come on down? Hello, hello, and welcome to the podium. All right. I really should have brought some water. There's a lot of reading today in there. We've got a lot of great groups here in the city, and I'm glad we get to recognize them today. Finn's Place is a local nonprofit community center that provides a safe space for transgender and gender diverse people to gather, grow, and flourish. Thank you, Ron. As the only transgender and gender diverse community center in Tarrant County, Finn's Place acts as a safe space, thank you, and a resource hub for the area with a population of over 2 million people. Finn's Place hosts events once a month to celebrate the trans and gender nonconforming TGNC, I practiced that because I was pretty sure I was going to mess it up, community. and also provide their space to groups serving the transgender community free of charge. Finn's Place hosts several reoccurring groups, including a self-defense class, a yoga class, a gender-affirming parents support group, sorry, y'all. You have a great organization. And support groups for both youth and adults. Through close partnerships with over 50 community organizations and businesses, Finn's Place acts as a resource hub for community members to find and access LGBTQ-friendly services in Fort Worth and Tarrant County, including healthcare, social services, and personal care and beauty, home maintenance, retail, and more. In the past year, Finn's Place has helped an estimated amount of 150 unique individuals. Finn's Place aims to build community, create connections, and provide education and support so that when people leave Finn's Place, they are leaving their community center, but not their sense of community. Okay.
We got through that. Thank you, Joan. All right. Okay. You're up.
Thank you, Councilwoman Beck, for your continual efforts to ensure that our entire LGBTQ plus community receives the respect and recognition that we all deserve. Every single individual in this room and outside of these chamber walls who is a nonprofit leader, a business owner, an activist, a volunteer, each one of these people deserves to be recognized and celebrated for what they do and their perseverance. So thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next up, we have LGBTQ Saves. Come on down. LGBTQ Saves is an affirming, safe space for LGBTQ youth that exists to fully celebrate the joys of growing up. Founded by Air Force veteran Sharon Herrera, following several publicized suicides of the LGBTQ youth. LGBTQ Saves strives to connect LGBTQ youth to a community that nurtures and validates their existence while providing resources, education, and awareness. They continue to provide a safe and brave space in Fort Worth by hosting in-person and virtual weekly meetings, pride events, and community dinners for the LGBTQ youth and their families. Additionally, they provide resources such as scholarships for the LGBTQ youth and volunteers within their organization. LGBTQ Saves continues to be a pillar in our community by protecting and saving the youth of our community. All right.
Thank you, Elizabeth Beck. Yes. I love you. I love you. Thank you for this. It's been, I was told it wouldn't last 2 to 3 years because we're 100% donor funded, but we're about to celebrate our quince next year. I can honestly tell you that we are saving lives. Go to our YouTube channel, you'll see testimonies from families and youth that we've served. I am not a parent, but I am referred to a fairy gay mother to probably over 3,000 kids. So if ever our resources are needed, please know that Sharon Herrera, LGBTQ Saves, will be here for you guys. Thank you.
Okay, if YesterQueer could come on down. All right. Okay. YesterQueer is the Tarrant County LGBTQ+ history project. It's a nonprofit dedicated to documenting, preserving, and sharing local history of the LGBTQ+ community through stories and organized events. These efforts are not only intended to create interest in the LGBTQ+ community for those who remember its history, but as a learning opportunity for future generations of queer youth and allies. Their archive and research are shared to the public across a variety of digital channels, public discussions, and events. YesterQueer engages the community about Tarrant County's rich LGBTQ+ history by organizing regular activities, including a monthly gay history happy hour, speaking engagements for a variety of organizations. Such organizations include very own City of Fort Worth, the Police Oversight and Monitor Department of the Fort Worth Police Department, Steer Fort Worth, Leadership Fort Worth, Texas Christian University, the University of Texas at Arlington, Texas Wesleyan University, American Airlines, Federal Credit Union, and many others. Founded in 2020 with research dating back as far back as the 1920s, YesterQueer continues to amplify the voices of Tarrant County's LGBTQ+ past. All right.
Thank you guys so much. We are the new kids on the block, though this work has been going on for quite some time, long before I took it up. We just got our 501c3 just about 2 weeks ago, so delighted about that. But I am very struck by the history, the LGBT history that's happened in this very room. I remember sitting in this council chambers watching our first openly gay city councilman, Joel Burns, share his story about his almost suicide, and helped post that on YouTube, which was relatively new at the time, and became a viral sensation. I was here in 2009 when this council chamber was packed with people after the raid of the Rainbow Lounge. And I was also here last year speaking to city employees about the history, more than 50 years of history of pride in Tarrant County. And I hope to be here next year when we get our Pride Proclamation back, hopefully. Thank you guys so much.
Last, but definitely not least, if we could have Camp Haven down to the podium, who I think might technically be the newest kids on the block. Yes, not that it's a competition, Todd, I promise, but it's one for the history books. Okay, Camp Haven is a safe place that provides opportunities for the LGBTQ+ teens to experience traditional camping and growth during a week-long adventure. Sessions provide immersive, holistic experiences tailored to the life circumstances of the LGBTQ+ youth, in which they explore the natural world and themselves. Mornings and afternoons are structured to allow campers to pursue their interests such as swimming, canoeing, hiking, archery, and so much more. Peer-supported group therapy sessions led by professional counselors are interwoven into the day to emotionally support campers. These sessions provide a safe place for campers to discuss life events, support one another, and build resilience. The atmosphere of Camp Haven is one of empathy, encouragement, sharing, connection, exploration, and learning. Balancing traditional camp fun with personalized, empowering growth allows campers to discover their strength. This certificate is presented to Camp Haven in recognition of their commitment to providing opportunities for LGBTQ+ teens. All right.
Thank you. Probably about a year and a half ago, we were alarmed at the suicide rates within the LGBTQ community. And one of the pieces of data that struck me hard was 60% of LGBTQ youth would like to talk to someone outside their family, but it's not available due to finances or fear. So I called my friend Jeremy and said, hey, we both have camping background, let's fix this. So we have spent the last year and a half fundraising, talking to everybody, many of you in this room, how we could do this camp. And a week and a half ago, we brought 43 teens into our camp. Yes, thank you. some of them here tonight, but we brought 43 together, and I tell you, it was a beautiful experience where they got to feel the healing of a hike or playing or doing archery or fishing or hiking, but they got to sit with a licensed professional counselor for an hour a day, and they got the chance to be with 43 other youth and adults who loved them and cared about them and listened to them and heard them. I knew we were successful when one of our campers on the last day said, you know what? No matter what room I go into here for the first time in my life, I feel safe. So thank you for this. And here's to next year, which we've already booked.
All right.
As I'm going to turn the microphone over to my colleague, Councilmember Nettles, who'd like to say a few words as folks start to assemble. When he's done, if we can assemble for a group picture. But you heard a lot of folks thank me tonight, but I don't think it would be appropriate if we didn't also thank all of those council members and the mayor who stood down here in solidarity with you and whose signatures are affixed to those certificates, because I think that's important. And I want you to know that a majority of your council is down here with you this evening. And so remember that in Fort Worth, y'all means all, and we are proud to have you as members of our community.
Okay. I think we're going to take a big picture of all these that are here today. I just wanted to, you kind of stole a little bit of my thunder, but I wanted to personally thank the mayor for supporting tonight. And I also want to thank Felipe for being here and also being supportive of Pride Month each and every year, helping submit these proclamations. And although I'm disappointed that we didn't have a proclamation tonight, I think, you know, sometimes bringing each individual group up here and reading off what they do individually, I think we won tonight. And I think you won tonight. So although, and so I want you to know, there was a quote that was said to me a couple of months ago that says, there's more for you than against you. And so we are here to support you in the city of Fort Worth, and I wanted you to know that from us. And I want you to know that Pride Month is not over. We have another council meeting. It's a day council meeting. So we can figure out how we get to some type of consensus for a proclamation. We still have time. So thank you guys for being here. And y'all all come on down and let's take a picture. And I believe Elizabeth has some Pride mollies for you.
If you are a member of the LGBTQ community, if you're an ally that came here this evening to be supportive, I would love to have you, each and every one of you, down here in a photograph.
Always the back.
I know, always.
I always know. How are you? I'll see you.
What's up?
How are you? You need to go to the front. Yeah.